Hi everyone, my name is Muskaan Saini and my profile is as below. 10th 94.2%, 12th 96.75%, graduation 8 GPA. My percentile in CAT was 91.34 and I got calls from IIM Kozhikode, IIM Indore and CAP colleges. I converted all of them. So to prepare for CAT, I would say start as early as possible. I started my preparation around March, so I took admission in IMS in March and I started my prep very early. I would say be consistent. Spend 2 to 3 hours every day, and you do not have to start studying a lot from the beginning. You can start putting in more hours as you go near to the exam, but in the initial days you can just be consistent 2 to 3 hours. Make sure you revise all of your concepts daily and all of your formulas. That is very helpful in quant. Apart from that, I would say there are going to be some sections that are going to be your pro sections that are going to be your forte. So I would say that do not leave your practice for those sections, because that is also very important. Apart from that, I always knew that my strong section is VARC. So I always kept a good practice of RCs and VA. And at the same time, my weak section was quant, so I gave a lot of time to quants. What really helped me in my quant prep was the Best of CAT series by IMS that was on YouTube. I used to practice quant questions from there daily, so that really helped me a lot. Apart from that, when you give your SimCats, spend good time analyzing your SimCats. I used to take a day or two to analyze my SimCats initially, because that's really important. Go through all the video analysis and try to note down the concepts you are weak at and try to practice them again and again. So my interview at IIM Kozhikode took place near in the afternoon, and it was an online interview. There were two panelists. Both the sirs were pretty relaxed, and one of them basically asked me about my work experience at EY, and more of his questions were based on my work experience. He did a little cross questioning over there. Apart from that, the other sir, he was asking me a lot of questions based on Indian civics. So he asked me a lot of questions on Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and all of that. And the good point was that I had a lot of knowledge about that. So he kept digging deeper. I would also say that sense the room. Like when he kept digging deeper and deeper, there were some of the questions that I did not know answers to. So he started smiling. So you also have to give back that kind of response, that sense the room. If there's a lighter air in the room, just smile back and maintain that. Apart from that, my interview was pretty relaxed, and my interview happened in March, and I got the results in May. About my IIM Indore interview, similarly there were two panelists. Initially the interview was again relaxed. They asked me quite a few HR questions like tell me about yourself, and they asked me that to tell them a story because they were very bored taking interviews. So they were like, just tell us something interesting. So that is how my Indore interview started, and later on they gave me extempore and they asked me a couple of questions related to economics. So regarding your interview prep, I would say do not leave out on anything. Be thorough in your current affairs. At the same time, do not think that it's not a UPSC interview, so you do not need to know a lot of civics or your constitution, or you do not need to know a lot of GK, because they can ask you anything. Like my Kozhikode interview is a lot of civics based. At the same time, keep a few subjects handy. Like if they ask you in the interview that what were your subjects in college, or what are your strong subjects, what they want to question you at. So you should have 2 to 3 subjects. Like mine was economics, so they asked me questions on economics. So keep revising your college concepts as well. And if you are working, like I was working from past 1 year, there is a high probability that they will not ask you a lot of academic questions, and they will ask you more of questions that are related to your work ex. So just go thoroughly through your CV, that what all work and projects you have done, you can justify that. So the SimCats by IMS was definitely a big help. I used to give all the SimCats regularly, and in the end I even gave all the practice papers in the IMS portal. At the same time, there are a lot of resources like the IMS modules and everything. So you just have to keep doing it, especially for your LRDI, because there are no number of sets that are enough. So you can just keep on doing all of your quant and LRDI practice. Apart from that, just listen to your mentors. They really know a lot from you, a lot better. So listen to their guidance when you give your SimCats. See what strategy works out for you. Discuss it with your mentor that this strategy worked for me, this didn't. That will really help you a lot. Be flexible in writing your paper, because it's not important that all of your strategies will work on the D-Day. So I would say be flexible. And apart from that, yeah, it's important if you have a peer group that's preparing with you, because it really helps you. You can discuss your questions with them and your doubts with them, so that will really help you. Yeah, like I said, that just be consistent, and initially you can spend 2 to 3 hours a day, and when you are near around October and November, you can start spending 6 to 7 hours a day on studying. Apart from that, I would say just maintain a target, have a targeted approach that this is the percentile I'm aiming for, this is the college I'm aiming for, and according to that, prepare yourself and set realistic targets that you want to achieve. So that will really help.